What's up, Retromaniacs? My name is Mike. His name's EP. His name's Joe. We're not here to give you one. We're not here to give you two. We're still here to give you 3 cards you need for your retro PC. You know what? First show of the year, I'm going to start this one off with a bang. I got a big card for you this week. I might even be breaking the rules. I don't know. I'm a rule breaker. But my card is the 2003 Fleer Sweet Swatch jersey card of Drew Brees, numbered out of 518. But it's not just that. It is the jumbo version of that card. Yes, jumbo. These were box toppers. Apparently, I don't think they fit in the pack. I don't know. Maybe. Let me just put a regular card here for reference. They are a little bit bigger, just a little bit bigger. But yeah, this card is worth probably about only one has sold in 2024. It was for $8 shipped. There are a couple on eBay, one with like a $17 shipped starting bid that doesn't get bids on it and stuff. Though the thing I want to point out about this card is, though, it is not 5x7. No. It is 5x7 3/4. Why? I don't know. Just because they wanted to. Here is a sleeve. You can see there. It doesn't quite fit in a 5x7 sleeve. It doesn't fit in my 5x7 top load that I have. So you either have to go up to like an 8.5x11 or you leave it be. I've left this one be since 2003. It's not too bad a shape considering it, but this is an actual game used jersey swatch, and look how big
that's a big piece of swatch.
That's like half the jersey right there. So yeah, that's my card. It's a pretty cool card, something a little different. Not everybody has that, and that's my card.
I love the fact that they made something specifically to not fit in anything.
So like, close.
Good job, Fleer.
Too big. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, maybe they left you a little bit extra. You can trim it to make sure it gets down to 5x7, and then the corners and edges look beautiful.
You could just cut the white off of the top and bottom.
Yeah. That being said, people that you said it sold $8 shipped. My favorite part of that is I don't think it's going to fit in an eBay standard envelope. I'm just going to throw that out there.
No.
So someone has to put it into at least a bubble mailer. So you're talking $4 minimum. So you're like, that's only a $4 card if you think about it. Like
it was an auction, and it was actually like $3.20 some cents and like $4.75 for shipping.
Yeah, you never want to auction something like that off. I'll just, like something as oddball as that, it will not work in an auction. But that's a cool card. And again, back in the day when game used was a real thing.
That's a huge patch. Like, I love that about it. And also, could you hold it up again, like the profile of it? How thick is that thing?
Oh, it's pretty chunky.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, definitely.
It will not, even if it was the right size, it wouldn't fit in the 5x7 top loaders because it's too thick to fit in there. Yeah.
Right. I wonder if they made it a little bit bigger so it would fit more snugly in the box itself, so it wouldn't rattle around too much. Maybe that's a possibility. But I think it's cool. Like a Drew Brees game used card is always cool, and that one is very unique. Like if you're talking about like a collection, like for a Drew Brees collector, like that's an awesome piece to have. It's very unique. You don't see a ton of those.
And get it autographed at a show. Like that's a card I would buy to get autographed at a show.
Yeah, that would look really nice with an auto on it. You could even get the auto on the patch because
that's how big the patch is.
Yeah.
Maybe you could put Cool Breeze on the patch and then sign it just to kind of screw with Dustin a little bit. Cool Breeze on the patch and then sign Drew Brees above it. There you go.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. All right, EP, what do you have for us this week?
Well, I'm on a bit of a kick with a certain player. I got another Tiki Barber card. This is from 1997 Collector's Edge Masters. This is the Crucibles insert. I could not find. Let me address the elephant on the card. The giant elephant on the card. Yes, it's a airbrushed Virginia helmet. Yes, it's a Senior Bowl jersey. I can see you both laughing. But anyhow,
not us.
But anyhow, this is a cool card, numbered to 3,000 from his rookie year. If this was coming out now, I'd have RC on it. There are only 3 listed on eBay. There are 2 listed on ComC. It's relatively rare. It's from Collector's Edge Masters, which I think is a little bit less of a less distributed product than the other ones. So a really cool card. not a ton of them out there. You can get it for, I think the cheapest one on eBay was like $3 plus then $4 shipping or something like that. You can get them on ComC for $2 or $2.10, $2.19. So there's a couple other ones out there that are way price higher than that, but just a cool card that you don't see a ton of. So
Is it numbered?
yeah, numbered 0140 of 3000.
Nice.
So the whole set, the card number 17 in the set, the whole set was serial numbered. A couple rookies in there, but a couple stars too. It's a pretty big checklist. I think like 20 or 30 cards.
Yeah, Edge Masters has always been numbered, and they
Mhm.
have different levels of it. So
Mhm.
that is a pretty limited set. So it's not surprising you don't see a lot of it. The only thing with Collector's Edge, some of that stuff because of the fire, they had a fire. Everybody knows about Fleer's fire sale and all the inserts and everything. Collector's Edge, when they went out, had a fire sale too, and like tons of their inserts and stuff were sold off at that too. So really, unfortunately, hurt the value because the Collector's Edge stuff feels like it should be worth a lot more. And I think it still should be because, like you said, there are what, 3 of those on eBay? So
Yep. 3 on eBay and 2 on ComC, so 5 total out
so
there available.
I feel like a lot of collectors that know about the fire sale just think it's all junk when, like, if there were tons of that card sold at a fire sale, you'd see way more than 3 of them. And a lot of the Collector's Edge stuff, you look that up, you have a hard time finding comps because you don't find the card. Those, like, I think there's a big gap between what collectors feel happened with them and how much of that got out and what really did. But yeah, I love the Collector's Edge stuff.
Yeah.
Just love it.
Before I make fun of EP for obvious reasons, let's first talk about Collector's Edge. And we talk a lot about Pacific just throwing shit at the wall to see what would stick. Collector's Edge did a lot of that too. And I was here for it. A lot of the stuff, I mean, early on numbered
From the
stuff.
get-go with bendable
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah.
They're all numbered, right?
Yeah.
They didn't mess around. They were trying new and wild things. They don't have, to your point, Mike, they don't have a lot of love in the hobby. One of my favorite Tom Brady rookie cards is his Collector's Edge. It's so ugly. It's beautiful. I mean, I absolutely love that card. And one of the first numbered cards that he had that was one of his first numbered rookie cards. To your point about 3,000, to the kids out there watching, that may sound like a lot, but if you add up even now, if you add up all the Prism parallels that you're collecting, there's probably more than 3,000 of those. Way more. Before I'd be remiss if I didn't make fun of EP a little bit. I would have no problem with that card if it wasn't airbrushed, but EP, college uniform, airbrush.
I know.
It's like the two things. Like if someone came down to you and said, "Would you rather have no airbrush cards and no college uniform cards or world peace?" I'm pretty sure you would pick no airbrush cards and no college cards. So yeah, I don't know about that. Mike, back me up on this. I'm pretty sure it would be anti-college. Yeah, for sure.
Unless it's a Tiki Barber card. Then it's
right. It's okay for some reason. Mixed
Yeah.
messages we're receiving here on Green
a little
Cards
bit.
week after week.
And if anybody out there has a Phil Dawson rookie card out of Edge Masters, hit me up. I know somebody that's really looking for that card.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, wrap us up.
So what if I were to tell you that there is a 90s hologram with 2 goats on it that you can get for less than $3 shipped? Is that something you might be interested in?
Tell me.
Yeah.
Wait, let me get to ComC. Okay, I'm ready.
1992 Upper Deck comic ball Looney Tunes hologram Bugs Bunny Ken Griffey Jr. 2 goats. The reason I thought of this card, I don't have this card, but I remember having these cards. Lost them in that pesky little fire. But
Over it.
I know. That's why it's just a pesky little fire now instead of the thing that ruined my life for years. But anyway, the reason I picked this card is I was watching some Fleer Ultra Looney Tunes or Fleer Retro Looney Tunes that just came out. Pretty fun rip, actually. But it made me think of this card, and it's you can see it right there. It's Bugs Bunny feeding Ken Griffey Jr. a carrot. I mean, what more do you need? and the fact that this card, and they weren't super hard to get if I remember correctly, but the fact that you can get this card for like $3 shipped, or best offer, by the way, the one seller has, is kind of shocking to me because it's a pretty well-known property in the Looney Tunes and one of the greatest baseball players of all time. It's kind of wild that you can get this so cheap, and 90s hologram. So I tried to find graded ones of this. Shockingly, there are not many. It's over 3 years. I did some PSA TerraPeak searches and could not find any. But from the looks of these cards, I can tell why people probably didn't send them off to be graded. The raw ones are rough because they were paper thin, if I remember correctly, pro set paper thin.
They were a lot like the Gretzky holograms.
Yeah.
The Upper Deck.
Out of Upper Deck, yeah. So, but they had rounded corners naturally. I mean, it almost looked like a sticker you would get out of like one of those vending machines almost. But really, really cool cards. Had some nice shine, and the pictures were a little bit better than the Gretzky. The technology had improved a little bit. So that's my card.
I'm taking my Griffies now. What's up with that? Taking my Griffies.
We both take his Griffies now because you're all Tiki Barber all the time.
Yeah.
Kick, yeah, for sure. I don't own this card. I need to get this card. Like, this is one that I definitely need to have, right? Like, how do I?
I'll send you the link. Like, this is such an EP card. I'm kind of surprised you don't have it.
And don't worry, people. I will put the timestamp in there so you can just bypass his Tiki Barber every week. I think I should start doing that from now on.
Smart.
I like my Tiki Barber number to catch up my Griffey number. So,
and Joe, you're just rocking the holograms all the time now.
I know.
Holograms are your thing.
I love holograms, man. The only thing I don't love about holograms, I'll be completely honest, is I'm a binder guy on pages.
Mm-hmm.
They're tough. They're tough in those because you almost have to take the page out and kind of like, oh man, look how cool this card is. So that kind of sucks. But I mean, what's more 90s than a hologram with Ken Griffey Jr. and Bugs Bunny on it? Come on.
And you mentioned the Fleer Retro Looney Tunes. I was thinking about getting some blasters of that for my retail rips. I didn't order them this last time because I wasn't sure anybody would watch it. But let me know if you want to see that because it looked fun. I was so tempted, but I'm like, nobody's gonna watch.
You can get PMGs of Bugs Bunny. I mean, it's so ridiculous. It's such a ridiculous set that I thought about buying it.
All right. Well, there you have it. As always, the 3 best cards in the whole industry we've given to you to pick up this week. Yeah, just this week. Except for that Tiki Barber card with the airbrush on it. Horrible.
Yeah.
All right, guys. That was a lot of fun. We'll see you next week.
See you, boys.
See ya.